morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to attend this meeting today. I know everyone has busy schedules, so I really appreciate your presence and attention. The reason we are gathered here today is because we are facing a serious issue that could affect the future of our restaurant. This issue is not something small or temporary. It involves our brand identity, which is one of the most important assets of our business. So recently, we discovered that another business known as Hafiz Restaurant has been using a trademark and logo that looks very similar to ours. At first glance, some people might think this is just a coincidence or a small design issue. However, after further observation, we realized that the similarities are too close to ignore. Our brand is not just a logo or a name. It represents our food quality, our service standards, our values, and most importantly, the trust that customers have built with us over time. Every day, customers choose us because they recognize our brand and associate it with a certain level of satisfaction. When another restaurant uses a similar trademark, it creates confusion and risks damaging that trust. Customers may not be able to tell the difference between our restaurant and theirs. This can directly affect our reputation, sales, and long term growth. So, today's meeting is meant to openly discuss the main issues caused by this situation, the impact on different departments, and the possible solutions we can take as a team. I want this to be an open and respectful discussion. Everyone's perspective is important because this issue affects all departments, not just management or legal matters. Let us listen carefully, share ideas honestly, and work together to protect our restaurant.
Thank you, Manager. I'll begin by explaining the first and most critical issue, which is trademark infringement. Trademark infringement happens when another business uses a brand name, logo, or design that is identical or very similar to an existing brand without any permission. So in our case, Hafiz Restaurant has used a logo design, color scheme, and branding style that strongly resemble ours. This will create a several serious problems. So for the first problem, it is the brand ownership. We spend a lot of time and effort developing our brand. From the early stage of planning, we discuss our restaurant concept, our target customer, and the image we wanted to project. We invested money in designers, marketing, and promotional materials to make our brand recognizable. When another restaurant copies our trademark, they are benefiting from our hard work without making the same effort or investment. This is very unfair to our business and to other business that follow proper procedures. So the second problem is customer misunderstanding. Customers don't always pay close attention to small design details. Many people make quick decisions based on logos, colors, and brand names. When they see Hafiz restaurant, they might assume it is our branch or a restaurant related to us. This becomes dangerous if their experience there is negative. So, for example, if the food quality is poor, or if the service is slow or rude, or if their hygiene standards are low, customers may associate those negative experiences with our brand, even though we are not responsible. So the third problem is loss of customer trust. Trust takes years to build but only a short time to destroy. If a customer feels confused or misled, they, they may lose confidence in our professionalism. They might think we allow another restaurant to copy us or that we are careless with our brand. So the last problem is unfair competition. We operate our business honestly by following rules and regulations. So if another restaurant can freely copy our trademark and gain customer, they put us at a disadvantage. If we do nothing, it may encourage other business to copy us in the future. For this reason, trademark infringement is not a small issue. It is a serious threat to our business identity and long-term success.
I agree with everything you mentioned. A brand is not just a visuals. It is about emotions, experience, and trust. If customers start associating negative experiences with us because of another restaurant, it can take years to repair that damage. We must take this issue seriously and act responsibly.
Thank you. Now I will continue by discussing the second issue, which is the delay in trademark registrations. Currently, we have started the trademark registration process, but it has not been fully completed yet. This delay has placed us in a vulnerable position. Without full registration, our, our legal protection is limited. From an operational point of view, this delay affects our business in several ways. First is legal weakness. Without full registrations, it becomes harder to take strong legal action against other businesses. Even if we can prove that the brand was originally ours, the process becomes more complicated and also time consuming. Second, business expansion problems. If we plan to open new branches or collaborate with investors or franchise our restaurant, they will ask whether our brand is legally protected. So a delay in registration can make us look unprepared and also unprofessional. Third is internal management issues. These situations highlights a weakness in our planning system. Trademark registration should be treated as a priority, not an afterthought. When businesses focus too much on daily operations, they sometimes forget about a long-term protection. So if our trademark had been fully registered earlier, Hafiz restaurants might not have dared to copy our logo. This issue should serve as a lesson for us to improve how we manage important documents and also legal responsibilities. So I hope that moving forward, we must treat brand protection as part of operational efficiency and not just a legal matter.
That's a very important reminder. As managers, we often focus on sales, staff, and daily operations, but this situation shows us that long term planning is very important. Protecting our brand is protecting our future. This is something we must improve as a team.
From the media and marketing perspective, the third issue is brand confusion. Since Hafiz Restaurant started using a similar logo, we have noticed several problems. Some customers have tagged the wrong restaurants on social media, others have posted reviews meant for us on their page, and vice versa. This confusion can seriously damage our brand image. Social media plays a major role in how customers discover restaurants today. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Google Review influence customers' decisions. When two restaurants look similar online, customers may not know which one is the original. Brand confusion can lead to loss of brand identity, reduce customer loyalty, decrease confidence in our professionalism, and another problem is increased workload. Our media team has to spend extra time replying to message, explaining misunderstanding, and correcting mistakes. This takes time away from creative marketing and promotions. If this continue, our long-term marketing strategy will be affected. A brand should be clear, strong, and unique. Confusion will weaken all three of these.
The final issue we must consider is the legal challenge involved. Taking legal action is not simple. It requires money, time, and patience. Legal processes can take months or even years. There is also a risk of damaging our public image if the situation is not handled carefully. However, doing nothing is also dangerous. If we ignore this issue, it sends a message that our brand can be copied without consequences. The challenge is finding a balance where we protect our brand while remaining professional, calm, and responsible.
Thank you. For our first solution, I would like to explain in more detail why issuing a cease and desist letter is a practical and strategy as a first step. So, a cease and desist letter is a formal legal notice that informs Hafiz Restaurant that they are using a trademark and branding elements that are very similar to ours, and that this use may constitute trademark infringement. The purpose of this letter is not threaten or attack, but to clearly state our position and protect our rights in a professional manner. This letter should include several important points. So first, it should clearly identify our restaurant as the original user of the trademark and also the logo. We must include evidence such as our business registration, marketing materials, menu designs, and social media presence, or any documentation that shows we have been using the brand earlier. Second, it should explain how their logo, color scheme, and branding are confusingly similar to ours and how this can mislead the customers. So the third one, it should politely but firmly request them to stop using the similar trademark, logo, and branding within a specific time frame. So one advantage of this approach is that it allows us to resolve the issue without immediately going to court. Legal action can be expensive and time-consuming, so a cease and desist letter gives the other party a chance to cooperate and make change voluntarily. So another important benefit is that it protects our image. By starting with a formal letter, we show that we are reasonable, professional, and willing to handle the matter calmly. If the issue letter becomes a public or legal action is required, we can prove that we act responsibly and attempt to settle the matter peacefully. So, additionally, this step helps us to test the other party's response. If Hafiz Restaurant agrees to change their branding, we can avoid further conflict. However, if they ignore the letter or refuse to cooperate, we will be in a stronger position to escalate the matter legally because we have already documented our efforts. So in summary, issuing a cease and desist letter is a low risk but high impact solution. It sends a clear message that we value our brand, understand our rights, and are prepared to defend our identity if necessary.
Um, so the second solution that I would like to highlight is speeding up our trademark registration process. So this step is extremely important because our brand is one of our most valuable assets, especially in the food industry where brand recognition, trust, and also customer loyalty play a major role in business success. In today's competitive market, brands are easily exposed to imitation. If our trademark registration is delayed, it opens up risks such as brand misuse, copying of our name or logo, and even legal disputes that could harm our reputation. Therefore, acting early and efficiently in trademark registration is not just a legal formality, but a strategic business move. So first, we should work closely with legal advisors or intellectual property specialists. Legal advisors have the expertise to guide us through the registration process, ensure that our applications comply with trademark laws, and help us avoid common mistakes that could delay approval. So by consulting professionals early, we can ensure that our brand name, logo, slogan, and even packaging designs are properly classified under the correct trademark categories. So these collaborations also allows us to identify potential conflicts with existing trademarks before submission. If similar trademarks are already exist, legal advisors can suggest modifications or alternatives, saving us time and also cost in the long run. This proactive approach significantly reduces the risk of rejection or oppositions during the registration process. Secondly, It is crucial to ensure that all documents are completed accurately and submitted on time. Incomplete or incorrect documentation is one of the main reasons trademark applications are delayed. As a food operation manager, I will ensure that our team prepares all required materials carefully, such as brand descriptions, ownership details, and supporting visuals. By strengthening our documentation process, we also improve our legal standing. If further action is needed in the future, such as enforcing our trademark rights or handling infringement cases, properly registered trademarks give a strong legal protection. It allows us to take swift action against unauthorized use and protects the brand value we have worked hard to build. Um, So from an operational perspective, speeding up trademark registration also supports smoother business expansion. Whether we are expanding to new locations or entering online platforms or collaborating with partners and franchises, a registered trademark increases credibility. So investors, suppliers, and partners are more confident when they see that the brand is legally protected and professionally managed. So in conclusion, speeding up trademark registration requires a combination of legal collaboration, accurate documentation, and strong internal systems. By working closely with legal advisors, we ensure that all of our documents are completed correctly, and it improves our internal processes to register brand assets early. We can protect our brand effectively. As a food operation manager, I believe this approach not only safeguards the company legally, but also strengthens our long-term business strategy, brand reputation, and also operational efficiency. Ultimately, it allows the company to focus on growth and innovation with confidence, knowing that its brand is secure.
Thank you. The next solution from the media and marketing side is our main focus should be on clear, professional, and consistent communication. In a situation like this, how we communicate is just as important as what actions we take. First of all, we need to understand that customers usually interact with our brand through media before they even step into the restaurant. Social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and online review sites are often the first place people form opinion about us. Because of that, any confusion online can quickly turn into confusion in real life. One of the first action we can take is to update all our official platform. This includes our social media profiles, profile pictures, cover photos, bio description, and pin posts. Our logo should be clearly visible and consistently used across all platforms so customers can easily recognize our brand. We should also make sure that our brand name is written clearly and consistently everywhere. Small details matter. Even the slight differences in spelling, logo placements, or color usage can confuse customers. Consistency helps customers feel confident that they are engaging with the correct restaurants. Next, we can use gentle clarification message. This does not making public accusation or creating drama. Instead, we can post neutral and professional message such as reminding customers that we operate under our official brand name and logo. The tone should always remain calm, respectful, and informative. For example, if customers tag the wrong restaurants or leave their reviews on the wrong page, our response should be polite and helpful. We can thank them for their feedbacks and kindly guide them to the correct platform. This shows professionalism and care for our customers rather than frustration or anger. Another important strategy is strengthening our brand identity through content. We can post behind the scene content, staff introductions, food preparation videos, and stories about our restaurant values. When customers feel emotionally connected to our brand, they are less likely to be confused by similar looking competitors. In addition, we should actively monitor social media mention and comments. Early detection of confusion allow us to respond quickly before misunderstandings spread further. This will reduce long-term damage to our reputation. It is also very important that we avoid attacking or blaming the other restaurant publicly. Public conflict can easily backfire and make our brand look unprofessional or aggressive. Instead, our focus should always be on strengthening our own image and maintaining a positive relationship with our audience. By staying calm, clear, and consistent, we show customers that we are confident in our identity. This builds trust and reinforces our position as the original and authentic brand. In conclusion, effective media management is not about creating noise, but about creating clarity. Through professional communication, consistent branding, and respectful interaction with customers, we can reduce confusion and protect our brand reputation without harming our public image.
To conclude, today's discussion has really highlighted the true value of our brand, the reputation we've built, the trust our customers place in us, and the identity we've worked hard to create are all the assets that need to be protected carefully. We have addressed several important issues, including trademark infringement, delays in registration, brand confusion, and possible legal challenges. These are not just theoretical concerns, but they can affect our credibility, our customer relationships, and our growth if left unaddressed. However, these challenges also present an opportunity. By taking early action, improving our planning, and strengthening our legal protection, we can prevent these issues from escalating. Clear communication with our customers and stakeholders is equally important as it helps maintain trust and confidence in our brand. Today's meeting also reminds us of the value of teamwork and open discussion. Each perspective shared has contributed to a fuller understanding of the situation and reinforced the idea that solving business challenge is a collective effort. In short, while the issues we are facing are serious, they are manageable with proactive steps, careful planning, and collaboration. We can protect our brand, address these challenges effectively, and continue to grow. Thank you all for your valuable input and commitment. Together, we can ensure that our brand remains strong, respected, and prepared for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.